For 3 weeks, my daughter, son-in-law, along with my 5-year-old grandson, have been exploring four-wheel drive tracks in Central Australia, starting in the northern part of South Australia and travelling north into the Northern Territory east of the Stuart Highway, stopping off at Alice Springs before doing a circuit southwest of Alice through the Finke Gorge National Park, finishing off back at Alice Springs. From there, they leave the car and fly back to Sydney and return to work.
Here we are on our way to the airport. The objective today is to drive to fly to Alice Springs, which is a 3-hour, 20-minute flight, 2,000 kilometres. Why are we going to Alice Springs? We're flying one way and we're driving back. We're bringing back a vehicle. The return trip's going to be about 3,600 kilometres because there's no road direct between Alice Springs and Sydney. So we're currently in the tunnel on our way to the airport. The temperature this morning is 14 degrees. The temperatures overnight in Alice Springs all week is 1 degree centigrade. For my overseas viewers, that's 32. Freezing. That's 32 Fahrenheit.
32 or 38?
32, isn't it? Is it 32? Just emerging from the tunnel.
We are spending a couple of days in Alice Springs to visit the must-see attractions like the Flying Doctor Base, the School of the Air, the old telegraph station and the Desert Wildlife Park. On the way out of Alice, we're visiting the Truck Museum and then continuing on to Uluru to spend the night at the resort, which is the access point for Uluru Ayers Rock.
So we've managed to get to our gate, the Qantas terminal. We should just go and have a look at the plane, make sure it looks okay. Now we've got to go down the steps so we can board presumably from the back of the plane.
You sure 24 is on the back?
Yeah.
At this point, we emerged into the sunlight underneath what must be the longest sky bridge in the world and headed to the rear of the plane for boarding. Boarding from the front and the rear at the same time certainly speeds up boarding, but I assume it's only possible if it's not raining. At this point, for whatever reason, the security guy asked me to put down the camera. It was only a few minutes after boarding that we got a push back and engine start and started the long taxi out to the southern end of the north-south runway, projecting out into Botany Bay, passing quite a few planes coming into land or taking off along the way. Immediately after taking off to the north, we made a left-hand turn to the west, so we only got glimpses of the Sydney CBD and the harbour with the Pacific Ocean beyond. The sun was shining on the plane windows so it made it hard to see. We flew parallel to the upper reaches of the harbour, over inner western suburbs like Rhodes and Homebush Bay, and the harbour narrows down to the point where it becomes the Parramatta River. Green space is Concord Golf Club and Uralla House. The tall buildings, roads, and next to that is Homebush Bay and wetlands. The next green space is the old Second World War Armoury at Newington, and then we see the start of the Parramatta River and Silverwater. As we travel further west, start to get the view obscured by clouds. That's Burrendong Dam, which is north of Orange. There's a yummy chicken and leek pie and a chocolate. Water everywhere. You can see a lot of the roads look like they're cut by water. They're going through little lakes. I think this is a very unusual situation. Just flying over the northern edge of the Strzelecki Desert. Again, there's a lot more water here than usual. That squiggle is the Birdsville track, and directly below us is a town called Karari. Just about to cross over the Simpson Desert. This is the Simpson Desert. Looks quite similar to the Strzelecki Desert. Those lines aren't tracks. I presume they're the tops of ridge lines.
Your seat is in an emergency exit row or in the
Just
first row
about
of
to
business,
land,
or
land.
must be placed in the overhead
Current
lockers.
altitude's
Please ensure that you are in your
8,500 meters.
allocated seat with your seatbelt firmly fastened and your seat back upright, the tray tables and footrest must be stowed and window shades open. Please also remove any devices from the...
That's the railway line going back to Adelaide. Current altitude is 2,500 meters. I tried to do a time lapse of the landing at Alice Springs Airport, which obviously didn't work very well because I just couldn't hold the camera steady enough. Anyway, Alice Springs has a single runway and we landed to the southeast on runway 12. The airport is also the home to APAS, or Asia Pacific aircraft storage. The dry climate makes it ideal for storing unused aircraft. All passengers exit the plane onto the apron
at last.
and walk to the terminal. For some reason the camera was out of focus.
A little bit of a cool breeze, but it's not too cold, is it? Plane's ready to go back. No. Now we just got to collect our luggage.
Here we are, back at the airport.
Oh, you lost another tooth.
No, it's growing so much. Here's another one. Oh, how do you push it out? You enjoy it?
How nice to see you.
Just wait for
And
our...
you can get your luggage.
No, he can't.
Yes, you can. You point out. Over there.
So now we can go and pick up our ride. It's a lot easier being picked up than at Sydney Airport. We got room?
There's enough room.
Look how big he is.
Whoa, he's a monster.
Right, welcome to Alice Springs, everybody. So we've just picked up Tony and Katie from the airport, and Alice Springs is a really lovely town, absolutely beautiful, and you'll actually see that it's inside a canyon or a gorge or a ravine. It would be very interesting to find out what the difference between a canyon, gorge and ravine is, because they do seem to be used interchangeably, but I think there are technical differences between them.
Here we go. And you can point out the planes and the solar panels.
It looks like they've got a lot of planes stored here. Can't see them from here now. See the New Zealand airline and another one with yellow. What's going on here?
Must be local.
Should we stop in?
Something must have fallen off.
Why driving slow?
Because there's a truck in the way.
Once we left the airport, it's just a short run to our accommodation for the night.
There we go. And this is just a beautiful bit of scenery over here, driving through the gorge and into the town centre, which we'll see shortly.
There's the railway line.
What railway goes on that one again?
The Ghan, that's the Ghan. Well, it's the railway line down to Adelaide. We're just heading into the centre of town. Fortunately, we're too early for the peak hour traffic. Where do you want to go?
Well, we want to go to the
Reptile.
not Reptile, the Desert Park. Is it called, Holly?
Oh, you haven't been there yet.
No.
Now here's the Todd River.
You see
Not a lot.
driving tracks in it.
Not a lot of water in it at the moment.
It used to be a river, but
Well,
now
it's
there's
still
no.
it's still a river, just that there hasn't been enough rain to put water in it for a while. But I was amazed flying up here how much water there is on the ground. They must have had huge amounts of water.
So apparently it is just a green desert in Australia.
Well, here it is.
Here's the Discovery Park of Alice Springs. This is where we've been staying.
He's driving home.
Note the high levels of security on the fences. I feel
Mummy.
very secure inside.
Me and Mummy and Daddy are going to get there faster because we're going on an aeroplane. James is going to get there slower because he's driving.
Yeah, the aeroplane's certainly faster.
It just takes half of an hour. Grandpa, that gate is for coming out, this gate is for coming in. Did you know that, Grandpa?
No, what is it?
So that gate is for coming out and this gate
Oh, I
is for
see.
coming in.
Yes, one each way.
Come in, come out.
So they don't want people just wandering in here, so they've got quite a bit of security.
So if there was only one gate and the car was going out and the car was going in, they would crash.
They'd run into each other, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So
That's
guys,
why they put two cars.
and our dinner tonight, this is where we're going to go for bao buns over here. Bao buns and spring rolls and dumplings over here.
When it's morning, it's closed.
In the morning it's closed, only open for dinner time. Over here is the big jumping pillow. Andy spends a lot of time there.
Yeah.
And then here we've got our pancakes and desserts over here. And our fried chicken
And
for
that
dinner
is
tonight.
That's our cabin.
And our cabin over here, 136, right on the left over here. I'm just going to reverse
136.
park into it.
So what's the name of this park again?
This is called a Discovery Park.
It's
Discovery.
a Discovery Park, isn't it? It's
Yes.
part of a chain.
It's part of a chain.
So
Discovery
you don't have to
Park,
go far to
Alice
get
Springs.
your fried chicken, do you?
No,
Or your strawberries
This-
galore?
we're pretty much on the equivalent of Pitt Street over here.
After we settled into our 2-bedroom cabin at the caravan park, it was still only just after lunch, so we decided to head off on the short trip to the Alice Springs Desert Park to have a look at the local flora and fauna.
So here we are at Alice Springs Desert Park.
Wow, look at those rocks up there, guys. Isn't that spectacular? Look at the colours. Have you ever seen so much red in your life?
That's
So much rocks here are red.
That's why it's called the Red Centre.
I guess so. Very appropriate.
Not because there are a lot of communists here, you know.
This episode is probably already too long, so I'll stop it here. But in the next episode, we continue our tour of Alice Springs with a look inside the nature park and a visit to the old telegraph station and the Flying Doctor and the National Truck Museum. Future episodes will visit Uluru, go underground at Coober, visit the Rail Museum at Peterbough, visit another mine at Broken Hill and the zoo at Dubbo. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching.